Yo, what up, guys? What up, Ty? So we're down here just kind of doing the van life thing, checking out some of the kite spots. We've been riding here the last few days.
Camping out.
Oh yeah, and we're just doing this interview series with Ty, so getting to know him. He's one of Matt Kite's team riders, been riding for us for about a year now. And today we're gonna chat about your gear and why you use it, right?
Yeah, man, super stoked on it.
So you've been using pretty much duotone since you got on the team. Do you want to tell me a bit about your experience with kites and why you ended up going with duotone as your choice brand from the shop?
Yeah, I mean, I tried out a couple different kites, and you know, with the shop right there, I've demoed a couple things out of the demo room, and the dice just kind of just fits everything. Duotone seems to support the park riding side of kiteboarding more than any other brand, honestly, so that's one of the main things that drawn me to them originally. Then flew the dice and fell in love with that. It's kind of a crossover between everything of looping, freestyle, park. I've been using it for literally everything, but then riding the click bar as well. That's been super handy when, you know, you can do on-hook stuff, give it a couple clicks, do some big air, and you know exactly what level you're at. That's been super handy, especially with the learning curve I'm at right now. Then, yeah, I'm on the 148 Gambler, and once I got on that bigger board, that's when the crossover between snowboarding and kiteboarding really clicked a lot more. It's a lot more weight on your feet and a lot more control of it. I like to feel a lot more of a bigger board.
That's actually kind of a cool point to bring up is with board sizing, is with kiteboarding we tend to ride a lot smaller board than we probably should, just because in the early days kites didn't have a lot of D-power. And there's kind of this movement for bigger boards, and for new riders and advanced riders it's kind of a benefit. And with you being somebody who crossed over from like street snowboarding to kite, literally the perfect fit, because the big board helped you with all those beginner skills, but then kind of lending back to that riding an actual board and all the benefits, softer landings.
Yep.
Obviously for park, it's like, I mean, anything smaller than 147 for most people doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I mean, in the park, honestly, a 148 felt a little small still. I could maybe even move up to a 150 if they made it, but for now the 148 works, and I even use that for big air stuff, for really anything that I'm doing. It's kind of just crosses over into everything.
Coming back around to the board, obviously we're both really into park riding, not the most popular thing, but you're using the Gambler because that is their grind-based board, their park specific. But any other reasons that kind of drew you to that board over other options that might have fit in that category?
Yeah, I like the channel, you know, I saw that other boards that big don't really have any channel at all, so when you're using it, you know, in doing big air stuff or in choppy conditions, it kind of gives you that extra edge. Anything I can use to get a little extra grip really has helped me, you know, with those beginning things of staying upwind, you know, and those bigger boards are more of an advanced park board most of the time, but that one makes it a little more beginner friendly and help me get over those curves of, you know, the kite to the snow. So I've loved that, and one of the main things with the board as well has been the boots. The foot straps, they're hard to click for me just because I'm so used to putting weight in my heels, and once I put the boots on the 148, it was awesome. Everything kind of fell together, and that's when I really fell in love with the sport, once I got that setup going.
And that is one thing where you are breaking off from using mostly duotone, is you're using the KTVs, right?
Yes. I like the strapping system, the gummy straps that the KTVs use. Makes it, you can pop in and out of them really easy. You know, if you need to get out of your board in a situation, just pull the straps and it pops right off. You can tighten them while you're riding very easily, and just crank them extremely tight so you can really be locked into that board and get that board feel. Just what we're looking for.
Yeah, man, I actually did use the KTVs for a season. I have them on my cable board still. I pull them out every once in a while. Super good boot. Bit heavy amongst all the boots.
A little heavy.
They're definitely some of the heavier, stiffer boots.
Yep.
Could probably do a review on those actually in another video. So yeah, kind of fun, but this winter we both decided to just van life it. So we're living in an RV and a van. We're both in kind of the Central Florida, South Florida area right now. But I think next summer we're gonna probably be both in Hood, right?
Yeah, I mean, gotta get to the kite park.
Gotta get to the kite park. That's kind of the game for both of us. We're both kind of chasing that park dream, trying to get better, trying to progress our riding, cross over into these other aspects of kiteboarding that seem to have fallen to the wayside but are super fun and unique. So yeah, as a snowboarder, I guess you're kind of all in on the kite now. I mean, you're missing out on the winter. You could be training in the snow, focusing on that, but it looks like you're going all in on our sport.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a hard decision to make, but at the end of the day, I think kite's my future, and yeah, just wanted to fully commit to that. Got a lot of catching up to do, so needed to sacrifice the winter to get down here to Florida and start flying that kite more.
That's true. Yeah, you got to get that kite time, and you know, I think that's actually something we could see with a lot more people coming over from other sports is the progression happens fast. I mean,
yeah.
Proof's in the pudding. You've been riding for 1 year and you're already hitting features. I think you're doing like what, back threes on some of the rails and things like that.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know, you're catching up in the air trick game. You got the S-bends and starting to land blind. So super fun just to see the potential when somebody crosses over from another sport, which shockingly we don't see that much in kiteboarding.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It's actually amazing we don't see more wakeboarders and more snowboarders get into the sport.
And I would love to see more snowboarders get into the sport. You know, if they have that opportunity to fly a kite with boots and a big board, I think it would change a lot of people's opinion. You know, just getting that snowboard feel, but then having control of the kite and the options that the kite gives you with the board. So
it's true, there's a lot of potential in kiteboarding. I've always felt like it was the future of all board sports, and it's interesting to see that it hasn't quite panned out that way yet, but I'm kind of still hopeful to see it move in that direction, and that bringing back that boarding element to the sport and seeing more boarders get into it and kind of progressing the sport into the future.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of turn it into whatever you want. That's what I love about it.
You can, it's whatever you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So dude, I appreciate the time, man. Let's I think we're gonna get a cable set in now, actually.
Yeah, man, stoked. Let's do it.
So if you guys found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.